Hey, what's up guys? Sermo11 here. So, I'm thinking about killing the whole My Thoughts series. I only kept it around for Hunter x Hunter, and I felt like it was a stupid idea. If my channel was more popular, I probably could do my own type of tag in the title, but not right now. So, I felt like the My Thoughts series was basically an arc review of Hunter x Hunter. I believe the last two I did were arc reviews. So this one will kind of be similar to that, but I'll be using the title arc review or just review. Anyways, I'll be going over Greed Island from Hunter x Hunter. This video will be scripted and unscripted at some parts if I feel like I need to go off on a tangent or anything. So Greed Island is the fifth arc in the Hunter x Hunter series. Considering the fact that I'm an anime only watcher, I would rank the arcs from best to worst this way: York New, Hunter Exam, Greed Island, Heaven's Arena, and Zoldyck Family. Um, if you would like to know why I rank the arcs like this, I'll just say a little bit about it, but if you want to know more, just leave a comment or send me a message. Basically, York New is the best arc so far because of Kurapika. It was such a complicated arc with great characters and a nice story. You had the whole struggle with Kurapika and the Phantom Troop. It was just so good, and you had that showdown, and the Phantom Troop, they were just massacring people. I know this is a horrible thing to describe, but it was a great arc of Hunter x Hunter. I was kind of on the fence whether to put the Hunter Exam below or above Greed Island, but I just kind of went with the decision to put it above Greed Island. I'm not really sure if I have a big reason why I did that, but maybe I'll come up with something. So Code Provider really loves this arc, and in his videos he's said this multiple times, and I just got really excited about this arc, but I didn't enjoy it as much as he did. It's a good arc, but it has some problems compared to like York New. So Greed Island has an amazing start. I felt like they were going to be trapped in the game. There's a guy going around killing people known as the Bomber, and we have a new cast of characters who mostly get killed off throughout this arc. After a while, they're free to leave the game whenever they want to, so danger kind of goes down by a lot. One thing I like and dislike about Hunter x Hunter is that the characters aren't always important, and sometimes they are. I know that sounds kind of confusing, but there was a guy who spoke to Gon and Killua before going into Greed Island who was later killed off. He served this point in the story, talking to them before Greed Island, and then boom, he was done. So no one is safe. Plus, I like how the author replaces his characters often. Leorio and Kurapika are gone from this arc. Gon and Killua are center stage and joined by Pro Hunter Biscuit. So she becomes their new master. She's an interesting character to say the least. But if you remember the whole scene with Hisoka and him taking a bath and her seeing him, that was just weird. But I do like Biscuit as a character. I'm wondering if the creator will continue things like this, replacing Leorio and Kurapika, adding them back in another arc, and giving Gon and Killua new masters and stuff. It seems like that would get boring after a while, but it's also interesting because we get to see characters. We don't get to see these characters for a while, and then they grow off screen, and then they come back, and they have new techniques, such as Kurapika, not so much Leorio. So there's at least 3 more arcs of Hunter x Hunter after this one. I checked it on the wiki, I just didn't read that much information. So the manga is still on hiatus, but I thought it was going to return this year, but I haven't heard anything about it. Usually, I think Manga Stream does translations of the manga series, so I don't really know what happened there. I'm just going with the thing that it's still on break. I think Greed Island went in the wrong direction once the game wasn't really involved as much as it should be. If they're in a video game, things should be more like one. Now, I'm sorry if some people don't like Sword Art Online, but I have to relate this to Sword Art Online, considering I saw Sword Art Online before this. Sword Art Online was more like a video game. Even if Greed Island is in the real world, I just feel like it should feel more like a video game. Um, you had the book and you had the ring. That was cool and all, but I just felt like we needed more. It needed to feel more like a video game. When I heard about this arc before it actually aired, I thought it was gonna be awesome. Now this is a good arc, but it's not great. It's not awesome. Um, by the way, the mystery of it being in the real world was really good. Um, that caught me off guard. I also enjoyed hearing about how the game was used. The game title was created using the first letter and Gene and his friends, like their names and stuff. That was pretty cool. If you don't know, the last episode of Greed Island aired last night, so I had to get this video out. And then there's this character named Dwan or something like that, and after I watched someone's review, I learned that he was supposed to be like the author of the series, and there's a picture of him online of him with like a messy room and a TV just playing Dragon Quest, which I think is one of his favorite games or something. I've never played Dragon Quest, but maybe he took some inspirations from that series and put him into Greed Island. So Gon and Killua started the this whole T-shirt style in this arc after their clothes were pretty much stolen. But even after this arc, they still have the T-shirts on. I really hope they revert back to their old clothing or get some new clothing. But come on now, we all know that shonen characters have 50 copies of the same outfit in their closets. It's nice for characters to have a change of clothing, makes them look different and stuff. Kurapika, he looked older in the York New arc. He had longer hair and he had a different outfit. Maybe they could do the same with Gon and Killua. I feel like Hunter x Hunter is better than other shonens because it doesn't have a ton of fights, and the fights are usually pretty good, but on the other hand, it could use more fights. The training in this arc was kind of boring. A lot of the things in this arc were hyped up, but they didn't really live up to the hype. I just don't see it. In the training, they had to dig a tunnel, and they had to do some other things with Biscuit. They had to fight this one guy who was, I think he was like a murderer or something, who used scissors, and he had this weird backstory where I believe some rich people treated him like trash or something like that, and he was just like returning their wallet. Yeah, that was one of the things that was hyped, and yeah, it wasn't really that good. So the dodgeball game with Razor was also a letdown. I was expecting this crazy game, but it was alright. I liked how extreme the animation got when he threw the ball at Gon. It was nice to see Gon and Killua work with Hisoka, but Hisoka got even weirder in this arc. I like the concept of how Razor and the people with him were criminals, and Gene gave them a chance, and they worked on this game. I did enjoy when Razor sent the troop back with his Game Master card, and he threw the ball up and smacked it down and destroyed their ship. And I also liked the fact how the Phantom Troop found Greed Island's real world entrance. That was really nice. Now, the final showdown with Gon and Ginthru was nice, but it could have been better. I know I'm starting to sound repetitive. I've been saying that throughout the video with various things with this arc, but it's true. Gon is a pretty foolish character, as he throws away a plan just for his pride. I believe that was what it was for. Or he wanted to get Ginthru to use this little flower technique. And Gon ended up losing part of his arm and nearly dying. Uh, Ginthru beat the heck out of him, and a lot of the characters observed this, that Ginthru is stronger than Gon, and Gon's just not there yet. I know I keep going back to the last arc, York knew, but it was a bit more tactical. I know there were some tactics used in this fight, but York knew seemed just up there. Plus, there could have been more card usage in the game and in this battle with Gon and Ginthru. I'm just saying, I don't really know how many cards Gon used, but I know he did use like the large rock thing, and I don't really remember any more cards being used, but who knows. I like the situation with Killua getting a weapon from his family, which is a yo-yo that's heavy, and he's getting stronger with his lightning attacks, and he's making combos with that. Biscuit's change into a muscular woman wasn't a surprise, as a reviewer spoiled it for me. Sometimes I hate watching reviewers because they spoil stuff because they've already seen it. When I review stuff, I try not to spoil anything, so I might stop watching reviewers. I don't know. I expected Biscuit to change into an old woman eventually, because 40's not even that old, but I guess they consider that old or something. I think she's in her 40s or her 50s or something. I do like her kid form more than her adult form, and I feel like she should stay with Gon and Killua too. I'd at least like her to meet Leorio and Kurapika, but I don't think that's going to happen in the story. It's also kind of weird how they suddenly just started getting cards. After a while, they just started playing the game, and before it felt like they weren't playing the game. So one of my complaints about Greed Island is I just felt like we weren't immersed into the game enough. You had all these cards that we didn't even get to see most of the cards. I feel like the author did put a lot of work into this arc, but I'm not sure he showed all of it in it. I thought Greed Island didn't even have designs for the 100 cards that were mentioned, but if you go on the wiki, there's 100 cards, and then there's 40 cards. I forgot like the specifics, but I think it's 40 spell cards and 100. I don't know what the 100 cards were, but there are names and descriptions for each card, and I was really surprised because I know in some stories they might not put that much detail into the story. They might just put detail into the cards that they need, and not just the ones that aren't used. And there was an event with Razor, and there was one with those ninjas earlier in the arc. I felt like we needed more stuff like that in Greed Island to make it feel more like an actual video game. You do certain things and you trigger an event. You have a certain number of people, and you can play a game with Razor, and you can obtain a card. I forgot exactly what Gon and Killua had to do with the ninjas to obtain a card, but I don't know. I just felt like we needed more in-game events. I really apologize for the way I'm going to refer to this character, but I couldn't look up his name due to spoilers and stuff, because I think he's still involved in the story, so I don't want to get spoiled. But the black guy in this arc who was introduced, I think he was introduced in the beginning. He seemed like a good person at first, but I felt like he was going to help Gon and his friends clear the game. But after the final episode of Greed Island, I don't really like him that much. I don't know what happened between him and the Phantom Troop, but I know they did find him, and he's going to help Crollo. And he's thinking about he's going to make a business getting rid of Nin curses. I just kind of lost respect for the character. There are some things in Hunter x Hunter that the author gives amazing detail on, and then there are other things that he doesn't, and I would like to know more details. So there's a new member of the troop who's related to Killua because she has the same last name, and that should be kind of interesting if it comes up later. Like I kind of want to see what happens between this guy and Crollo, but I don't really know if it's going to be shown. So the whole reason for Greed Island is because, again, I didn't want to look up the characters' names because it could be spoilerish and stuff. But the old man's wife, the guy who's he owns like all the Greed Island consoles, and he made this whole the contest for people to go into the game. His wife was sick, or his lover or whatever, and he wanted to obtain a card in the game to help her. This is the card that Gon used to restore his arm and heal Killua's hands and heal the bombers and stuff. And while Gon and everyone are in Greed Island, she dies. I thought it was a good reason for the game, and I was just glad that everyone got paid in the end, because I thought he wasn't going to pay them. It's still kind of sad. It's a sad situation. I wish they would have helped out his wife, but it's whatever. Hunter is like, a series that might leave details out at some point, and there might not even be a need for details. So that's all the detail we got on it, and yeah. So to sum everything up, Greed Island is a good arc of Hunter x Hunter, but not the best. Even if this is based in the real world, the author could have made it feel more like a video game, make Greed Island feel more separate from the world around it. The fights really weren't that good, just my opinion, but the villain was pretty nice. The bombers going around killing people in a video game, and then there's this mystery, everyone's scared. I believe right when Gon and Killua got into the game, a guy was killed. It adds mystery to the series. It's just the last arc, York New, was so good, and this one didn't beat that. There were a few mysteries in the series that I did enjoy. I don't give ratings for arcs, so just take this however you want. Anyways, thanks for watching my video, and if you want more arc reviews like this, please tell me. In a few weeks, I'm jumping back into One Piece, because school is going to end in a few weeks. I left off right before Chopper's introduction. I have plenty of Soul Eater volumes to read, and plus I can do arc reviews for the old Naruto series if you want me to. I'm watching it on Toonami. I'm on the Zabuza stuff, and if you're watching on Toonami and you're caught up, they're on the Chunin exams. I also have Season 1 of Yu Yu Hakusho. If you didn't know, that's the series that came before Hunter x Hunter. I finished watching Fate/Stay Night. I'm currently doing the extra stuff in Pokemon White 2, and I'm also playing Kid Icarus Uprising. I really need to use my Wii again. I have games on there that I just haven't played. But anyways, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. My Facebook and Twitter accounts are below. Have a nice day, everyone, and I hope to see you next time. Sorry guys, I forgot to add one thing. By the way, I really enjoyed the ending for this. I would say it's the best song in Hunter x Hunter, or Hunter x Hunter 2011 version so far, because they didn't really change the openings. Opening's been the same. I believe a few lyrics in the opening was changed, but I really do like the ending, and I like how it starts off. It's like, well, I don't really want to sing, but you know how it starts off. Anyways, later.